What's up, guys? Metapunk here. Today I want to talk about the future of finance, bringing interoperability between DLT platforms and also traditional finance services. All right, so let's get into it. So, interoperability is the ability of different systems, devices, applications, or products to connect and communicate in a coordinated way without effort from the end user. Functions of interoperable components include data access, data transmission, or cross organizational collaboration, regardless of its developer or origin. So I think traditionally we mainly see interoperability as a data transfer or also like a service transfer. But now with DLT platforms, it's mainly going to be data, service, and value transfer on one system. And I'm going to show you a few examples of different traditional finance services and also different DLT platforms coming together to make their systems better. So first off, I want to start off with the article from the European Central Bank. And this section is on interoperability solutions that are primarily DLT platforms. So right here you have Cosmos and then Polkadot. And in one of my earlier previous videos on the future of finance for DeFi, I showcase how Cosmos can be integrated with the Quorum network and Sologenic. We have something like Polkadot, where you can use Polkadot's infrastructure to provide a parachain solutions, which is something I'm going to get into later on. And then down here you have the Interledger protocol, which is a private network that brings a solution to the underbanked. So you can have people that don't have bank accounts be part of the digital economy through this Interledger protocol. You have Chainlink, which is a DLT platform that can provide off-chain and on-chain data for APIs for institutions and other DLTs. And then on top of that, you can add smart contracts. And then lastly, you have the Overledger Quant that really brings connectivity to these DLT platforms and then other traditional financial services. So this is a visual of how the parachains work. So you have the relay chain in the middle that brings governance and infrastructure to these other parachains outside of it. And then these parachains can be different layer ones or just other forms of DLT platforms that provide different solutions and use cases. And then you also have these bridges that can connect different DLT networks. So you can bring in the Solana network, the Bitcoin network, Ethereum, and then over here you have AVAX, Algorand, and Near. So it's a very interesting concept to look at. It's kind of a lot to digest, but I think just having this one solution with a parachain can bring a lot of efficiency to different traditional firms that can utilize these other DLT platforms. All right, so this is the Interledger Foundation, and this is a private network that provides a service for the unbanked. And their main goal is to really promote innovation, creativity, and inclusion. Overall, this foundation is going to open up different payment standards and technologies so we can be easily integrated as a global society. Some main things that they believe that monetary interaction should be as easy as information exchange. Humans should be able to transfer their money with each other without any barriers or friction. The unbanked and underbanked should have equitable access. And also, content creators and digital innovators should be fairly compensated. And if you go down here, it shows the top funders of the network. So you have Coil and Ripple. And Coil is a platform that brings monetization to different content creators. So I think in a digital economy, when we have more digital influencers, this can play a big role into this foundation. And then also Ripple, which is the instant payment processor that brings instant liquidity and instant settlement times to any form of transactions, whether it's sovereign currencies or digital currencies. So two big players right here, all in the Interledger protocol. All right, next up we have Chainlink. So this is a decentralized Oracle network that can provide tamper-proof input and output computations, and also provide smart contracts within this data. And if you go into the different use cases, it shows a nice visualization of how it works. So you can have all this real-world data going through the Chainlink network, connecting with any form of blockchain network, bringing their use case or data as well. And then it'll go through another Chainlink network, connecting with all these other real-world institutions or different just platforms as well. So down here, it'll showcase the main utility of the off-chain and smart contract utilization. So this system will bring end-to-end decentralization. It can provide secure nodes. It will bring high-quality data. It can bring crypto economic security, very defensive, in-depth protocols. It is a very open source community. It's blockchain agnostic for public and private DLT platforms, and then provide off-chain computation. So some key partnerships that they have Swift, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, T-Mobile, Swiss.com, and Associated Press that they all provide data for. And I think just having the data transfer for other institutions that can be easily integrated through DLT onto these systems, I think it's going to make data flow very efficient and secure. All right, now we're going to get into Quant, which is very similar to Chainlink. The thing with Quant, it's a overledger that can connect with multiple DLT platforms, providing data or other use cases to these traditional firms. So some key partnerships they have are something like LawChain, and their partnership with LawChain, they want to create a regional-based DLT ecosystem, and they want to bring economic and social inclusion benefits with this technology. The main thing with this collaboration with Quant, they want to bring fast infrastructure, easy cross-border payments, and different use cases for tokenization of different currencies or other digital assets. So this is a nice partnership right here. And then next they have SIA, which is a tech company in Italy. And then they want to provide multiple solutions for banking and finance sectors by bringing a fully interoperable blockchain network. And then next, one of their big partnerships as well is Oracle, which is one of the biggest data management companies for software tech and cloud engineering. And basically, they want to connect with Quant to provide a new cloud-based innovation for different businesses and also DLT platforms. So I see a lot of potential with all these partnerships right here. And here's a visualization of how it's going to work. So Quant connecting with different payment APIs, different blockchain networks, enterprise blockchains, and also banking APIs, so they can all coincide within each other in one network. And if I go up here, it's kind of like a simpler view. So for instance, a financial firm can provide financial data through the R3 Corda platform, and then it goes through Quant, and then Quant can easily connect it to all these different applications as well. Another example, you get customer data through another DLT platform to connect with others, or also supply chain data connecting with another private DLT platform through Quant to connect with all this. So that's why Quant is huge. Similar with Chainlink as well, basically connecting all these platforms just so they can all integrate together. All right, now we're going to talk about the Digital Pound Foundation. And this foundation's main goal is to help create the UK's new CBDC platform. And if we go over here, here's some key partnerships within the Digital Pound Foundation. So you have blockchain networks like Avalanche, Electroneum, Quant, and Ripple. And each one of these DLTs are going to play a big role. So you have something like Avalanche. So Avalanche is a layer one smart contract platform. So I believe smart contracts will be helped integrated through the CBDC with Avalanche. You have Electroneum, which is like a wallet service and DeFi platform. So I think it's going to make it easy to connect different digital wallets on one system with these different DLT platforms. And then Ripple with its ODL, and then also fast capabilities with XRP, doing fast transactions. So I think instant finality when sending the money through the CBDC onto the wallets. And then you have Quant, which is an overledger that can also connect these platforms, these regular traditional finance platforms, with these DLT platforms all into the CBDC. So that's why I love interoperability. It's like really learning how all these platforms, whether it's DLT or traditional finance, and seeing how it can come together to create one big platform. And in that case, it would be the CBDC. So here's a brief overview of Electroneum. So their main long-term goal is to bring instant wallet synchronization, as well as the future possibility for smart contracts, DeFi, and CBDC interoperability. And I do believe there's going to be more features integrated into the Electroneum network. But overall, Electroneum is going to be the main platform where people receive their funds through these CBDC platforms. So I think in a lot of underbanked countries, Electroneum can be a big player, whether it's for locations like Britain or even in developing countries that have no banking solutions at all. So this is definitely a big player and has a lot of potential right here. And then now I'm going to get into Ripple. And I know many of you already know about Ripple, but there are a few that really don't know the whole inside of Ripple and XRP. So there's a lot of financial institutions partnered with Ripple already. So you have notable names like SBI Remit, Bank of America, Trianglo, and many more. And the main thing is to bring crypto solutions that are built for businesses. So by using proven crypto and blockchain technology honed over a decade, Ripple's enterprise-grade solutions are faster, more transparent, and more cost-effective than traditional financial services. The customers use these solutions to source crypto, facilitate instant payments, and also empower their treasury. You can engage in new audiences, lower capital requirements, and drive new revenue. And the main things that they solve for institutions, businesses, and governments are the real-time and quick cross-border payment solutions, instant crypto liquidity, and then implementation with CBDCs bringing interoperability and faster transactions. So the main thing with Ripple and XRP, they provide so many solutions for these traditional finance firms and also private networks. So you're gonna have a lot of foundations like Interledger or even CBDC platforms that use private DLT networks to utilize Ripple and XRP. All right, next up we have Hyperledger, which is a private DLT platform that is mainly used for enterprise-grade blockchain solutions. So some main things that they want to solve, they want to create stable frameworks, provide tools and libraries for other enterprise-grade blockchains. And they're utilized in many different sectors. So you have people in the finance space, the banking sector, Internet of Things, supply chains, manufacturing, and tech. So from a foundational standpoint, they want to bring in technical governance, and then also bring in open collaboration. So including different individual developers, service and solution providers, different government associations, different corporate members, or others that can provide some solution to bring game-changing technology into this new space. And if you go into the partnership list, there's actually a huge selection of partners from all different sectors. So going down here, the premier members, you have Accenture, which is actually one of the partners of the Digital Pound Foundation that I showed you earlier. You have the DTCC, Fujitsu, Hitachi, IBM, and JP Morgan. And then now we have the general partners. I'm not going to name them all, but I'm just going to say the ones that stick out to me the most. So you have American Express, Casper Labs, Consensus, T-Mobile, CVS, Energy Web, FedEx, Filecoin, Hedera. You have Oracle, the one that was partnered with Quant. And then you have Quant, R3, Ripple, Simons, Swift, Atomize, Verizon, Visa, Walmart, and then down here are the more associates. Over here, you're going to see a lot of university and school partnerships. So some notable names, you have Bank of England, you have Ethereum, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, the Global Blockchain Business Council, LawChain, which is a partner with Quant that I showed you earlier. Going down here, you have Stellar, and then also you have the Digital Dollar Project, and then you have the Wall Street Blockchain Alliance. So a lot of big players right here. I may have missed some, but just overall, even the ones I said are just huge names. So I think it's important to have something like Hyperledger that's even a private network that can provide a solution to these traditional firms, because even a private ledger can connect with these public ones. Having a seamless integration, whether it's public and private, utilizing something like Quant and Chainlink that are public, coinciding with Hyperledger that already has so much traditional firms in it, I think it's really going to broaden the scale of interoperability between all these services. So next up, I want to talk about the public DLT platform, which is AllianceBlock. And this one's an interesting one. So the main thing with AllianceBlock, they want to bring institutions into the AllianceBlock ecosystem. And this is going to provide a lot of decentralized and traditional finance solutions on one network. So it's going to bring the capability of decentralization. It's also going to bring compliance through regulations as well. So down here, it shows a nice graph of how it works. So you have the traditional firms right here, bringing their services into the AllianceBlock platform. And then you have a lot of the fintech solutions right here going into the AllianceBlock. A lot of the DeFi solutions going in here. And then also the legal regulations and compliances as well. So bringing all these solutions onto one network to make the system better. Here are the main participants. So you're going to have financial institutions, data processors, legal and compliance entities, investors, fintech entities, and bookkeeping entities. So a lot of auditors. This is going to be a new generation of global compliancy into capital markets through ALBT. And they have a lot of partnerships right here. So you have platforms like Quant, Holochain, Chainlink, Amazon Web Services. You have Ocean Protocol, Certic, API 3, Energy Web, Elrond, Avalanche, Hedera, Polygon, Flare Network, and the Swiss Blockchain Federation, and many more. So I think AllianceBlock is going to help solve the solution of having a more efficient capital market that can easily integrate the DLT platforms with the traditional firms, making it more efficient and also compliant because all the security through decentralization and all the transparency through the blockchain. So this is definitely a nice player to look into. All right, next we have a partnership with Zenfin and R3 Corda. And this is an older partnership, but I still think it's something notable to look at. So you have something like Zenfin that's a hybrid blockchain that's enterprise ready. And then you also have a consortium through R3 Corda that could connect with other financial firms and other public platforms like Zenfin. So just bringing seamless interoperability between public and private platforms on this one partnership right here. So another big partnership to look into is the partnership with Algorand and the FIFA World Cup. So I think this is big because you have a nice global phenomenon like the FIFA World Cup, and then it's going to implement blockchain technology into this collaboration. So there's going to be an NFT platform where people can buy, share, and sell different moments from the FIFA World Cup on a global public blockchain network like Algorand. So I think it's going to really enhance the normalization of utilizing DLT platforms like Algorand and just really get people familiar utilizing these platforms. So it's a big collaboration to look forward to. And I'm really curious to see how it plays out when it really gets implemented. So now I want to get into the Stellar and Moneygram integration. And this will bring instant cash access to people that don't have banks. So how it works, Stellar and MoneyGram are expanding global access to digital assets and financial services worldwide. Your application can now plug into MoneyGram's retail network with one integration, letting your users deposit or withdraw cash from the digital wallets via the Stellar USDC coin without needing a bank account. So basically how the system works, I can go to any MoneyGram location, deposit cash into my Stellar digital wallet, and I can either hold it there for whenever I travel to another country to get instant cash in that country, or I can instantly send it to another family member. So, for instance, if I have a family member in the Philippines and they want to get cash but they don't have a bank account, all I got to do is go to the MoneyGram location, deposit the cash, and then they can go to the MoneyGram location and then instantly withdraw the cash into any form of currency. So they can receive Philippine peso instantly. And I think this is really going to change the way we send money, especially to people that don't have bank accounts. So I see this being a very big player when we have a more digital economy. So now I'm going to get into IBM's private blockchain. So this service is going to enable a trusted data exchange and workflow automation that are beyond the boundaries that we ever thought through DLT and blockchain. Um, some key things that they solve and some benefits. It's going to bring operational agility and speed to value. The cost of takeout and risk mitigation. It's going to bring new monetization opportunities. It's going to improve supply chain networks. It's going to provide digital identity and credential platforms. And you have a wide range of digital assets and tokenized assets that can be utilized. And they actually have some key partnerships over here. This goes into providing a cross-border payment solution with Stellar. And if you go down here, it shows how the current system works. So you have someone like Adam sending the money through the bank and then going through all these other intermediaries just to send that money to someone like Laura over here on the other side of the world. So it's like a big clunky system. So you have Adam sending the money through the bank, going through the world wire, and then having these other services connecting and making the system more efficient, and then just instantly getting a process to another bank to send it to Laura over here in South America. So you have a protocol like this with Stellar and IBM, and then the MoneyGram partnership that I showed you earlier. So Stellar is actually going to be a big powerhouse in cross-border payments, not just Ripple and XRP, but also Stellar Foundation with the Lumen token. And then we also have Hedera Hashgraph being utilized for IBM. And I feel like the biggest thing with this is using the Hedera token service, so utilizing the tokenized assets, and then just also having the fast capabilities of the Hedera network because it's a DAG. You have very fast transaction speeds. Um, you have it's very easy to develop on this network because you don't have to utilize smart contracts to develop any form of applications. So I think having something like Stellar and Hedera working through the IBM network, I think is going to bring a lot of efficiency to the traditional finance space and then other DLT platforms that want to utilize this as well. All right, lastly, I want to end this off with an article from Ripple. and it talks about an acceleration of instant payments across Europe. And I'm really going to read a lot of key points in this article. So, first off, it states that instant payments are poised to become the foundation of consumer and business transactions, including card, mobile, and online payments across the European Union and in the UK. But there are important steps needed to achieve successful implementation. Down here it states, in the UK, the Bank of England is renewing its real-time gross settlement service to deliver a range of new features and capabilities for payments and settlements between financial institutions. The UK's new payments architecture for retail payments is also developed to enable access to a single clearing and a settlement mechanism using ISO 20022 messaging to enable more participants to utilize the UK payments infrastructure and continue to be interoperable with payment services across the globe. And if you continue to go down here, it states right here, expanding crypto forward solutions like Ripple's crypto's payment solution, which frees up working capital by eliminating the need for pre-funding and removes the need for complex clearing mechanisms in the background. This can open up new doors to make instant payments available to PSPs. Embracing this crypto strategy would further enable instant payments across Europe, regardless of currency symmetry or capital resources. And then we continue to go down here. I'm gonna end this off with these last few paragraphs. So it says, instant payments will take center stage across Europe this year, and the widening array of technology and institution-driven options will alter the space for business and their users. With CBDCs and crypto predicted to have the biggest impact on the global payment landscape over the next 2 decades, positive sentiment and action toward further adoption are likely to trend exponentially. Emerging tools from non-bank providers may also play a larger role in daily financial activities. For example, a digital wallet for online purchases or buy now, pay later. Crypto-enabled solutions that can reduce friction in the enterprise payment ecosystem. In certain countries, regulation around open banking and instant payments looks promising and has continued to ramp up. For instance, the UK has been proactive in introducing open banking regulation to financial products like mortgages and investments, as well as broadening the capabilities of APIs to better streamline the flow of money and build up payments infrastructure. Instant payment technologies coupled with clear regulation can help streamline and digitize the financial industry across this region, increasing competition and innovation in this space to position Europe as a leader in the global economy. And then this goes into the new Prime Minister of UK, which is Richie Sunak. And this is an article from CNBC, and basically some key points about him getting into cryptocurrency. They state that he's a vocal advocate of crypto and blockchain technology. Now Prime Minister, he can give the industry a boost at a time when it needs good news, with digital assets have been plummeting in value. And also there are a number of ways he could do so, and offering regulatory clarity among the top requests from crypto firms and investors. So yeah, this guy is definitely a cryptocurrency advocate. And then, like in this article show before, um, they state that Europe is gonna really accelerate the use of cryptocurrency, and they've been doing a lot of proof of concepts with Ripple and the Bank of England. So just seeing this, and then seeing how this new prime minister is an advocate, it shows that um, things are really accelerating, and I feel like this was kind of put into place because they've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, Europe, when it comes to cryptocurrency adoption. So yeah, I see a lot of things picking up, especially now with him going into office, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so that's the end of the video. Thank you so much if you made it this far. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I think interoperability between all these DLT platforms and then traditional firms, whether it's small or big, I think it's really going to change the way we move money in finance. There's so much potential with all the collaborations I showed you, and then also the upcoming collaborations as well. So I'm really excited to see how the finance space is really going to turn out. So it's your boy Metapunk. Thank you for watching, and I'm signing out.